All right, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, is remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So, just want to get into this, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'll make this very quick, but I had to, I got to blow the trumpet on this one, man, because this is hot and heavy. All right. And, this thing can pop off any day now. All right. It could pop off at any day. So I got a couple of videos that I wanted to share with you, man. Before I do that, I want to declare fair use. All right, fair use. I'm not making any monetary gain from this, from sharing this content. All right. So I declare the Copyright Act of 1976. Okay, under Section 107 of the Fair Use Act. All right. So before I do this, I want to get this precept real quick in Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It reads, Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Massive, explosive news that happened overnight that the mainstream media is not talking about, and for good reason, because they don't want to cause a run on the banks. And I'm going to tell you about it because I think everyone needs to know about this. So last night, Halloween night, in the middle of the night, the Federal Reserve injected billions of dollars into the banking system. They conducted the biggest repo operation since 2020 in COVID, injecting $29.4 billion into the banking system. Repos are short-term loans where the banks trade treasuries for cash to boost liquidity, meaning the banks are having a cash liquidity problem, which means loans are going to tighten up significantly. U.S. bank reserves have crashed to 2.8 trillion. That's a 4-year low. Guys, major alarm bells are going off. They did this very quietly. It wasn't really announced. No one talked about it. This is major. They did it Friday night, so there's not a rush on the banks today.
If you remember, all right, the Brotherhood, had brought out this memo amongst those in a high reserve bank. I believe it was IMF, International Monetary Funds. I believe it was that bank where they had that meeting, and the one lady had suggested that they caused the crash, or they caused the market to swell, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And fall apart on Friday. All right. They said that the most likely scenario would be to have it crash on Friday, so that way everything is closed throughout the weekend, and no one has time to gather, to gather their thoughts, to get anything together. You know what I'm saying? All right. And so the chaotic Monday would spark all kinds of all kinds of chaos. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you're seeing these high officials jumping into their bunkers. You got Stephen Miller, okay, I believe Pete Hegseth. Okay, these jokers are going into these bunkers to, you know what I'm saying, escape the riots that's inevitably going to happen. All right, continuing.
Because many of them are closed. So, guys, they are trying to safeguard the system, but they are showing that it is under significant stress, and it is going to be compounded and get even worse today and into this week, because there is now billions of dollars that is not going to be flowing in the businesses, into the banking system, because of the SNAP benefits expiring. So without that money coming into the system, that's just a huge chunk that's not going in through the banks. And then you have the government shutdown causing contractors to not be getting paid. That money's not flowing through. Then you've got the air traffic controllers not working and that money not flowing in, and all these other government employees not having money come in flowing through the banking system. So it's massive losses. This shutdown has to end. What this also shows is that people have already been going to the banks to pull out their cash, to get their cash out. So the banks are low on cash. There's probably people even going there trying to pull money and being told no, they don't have it. I'm sure that is happening. And if it's not yet, it might start happening here very soon. I'm not trying to be an alarmist here, but this is actually happening. This move by the Fed shows there's major problems ahead. This could be the big correction coming. It could hit this week. Could this looming crisis be the reason senior cabinet officials have moved on to military housing now? Let me know your thoughts on this. Leave a comment, like, share, spread the word, make sure everyone knows.
Okay. So let me get this in the book of Zephaniah 1 and 10. It reads, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." And there's going to be a crash. All right. There's going to be a crash, and it's going to happen soon. They have to get this thing up and running. They got to get this new digital system, okay, up and performing. That's why they're getting rid of all these jobs and replacing them with AI. That's why they're putting all these systems in place. You know what I'm saying? Data centers, so on and so forth. Okay, to make sure that everything is in position to usher in this digital, all right, this digital environment, all right, or economy. Okay, so let's go to another video. Check this out.
The U.S. government's about to crash our economy, cause a recession, and crash the stock market on purpose all at the same time. Now, if you've been waiting to buy a car or buy a home, things are going to get cheaper. But let me explain. It's not just Trump that wants to crash the economy. It's the Federal Reserve that needs this to happen as well.
First of all, it's not Trump. All right. Trump is just doing what he's told to do. Trump is a puppet. You see what I'm saying? Stop looking at the puppet and look at the hand that's controlling it. You see what I'm saying? And so what we're seeing here is that the elites, the ones that run the show, all right, they're in the midst of finally bringing forth this plan to fruition. Okay, I brought that out. I touched a little bit on that during camp. All right, check it out.
Now, first off, the stock market, I said back in December it was going to crash at least 40% for the NASDAQ this year. A lot of people laughed at that. But you need to understand, 2016 Trump and 2024 Trump are two totally different people. Trump is on a mission. He's on a mission to cut government spending and to cause deflation. He wants things to get cheaper. That is not ideal for the overinflated stock market. Now, the Federal Reserve, their debt, their trillions and trillions of dollars that they need to refinance this year, they cannot refinance at the current interest rate we're at right now. They need the economy to contract and to go into a recession so they can actually cut interest rates and refinance the debt that they have. Now, Trump also has many promises that he's made as well, and he cannot accomplish those.
And they're trying to make this refinance and all that garbage. They're trying to do this through digital means, and that's what Russia had brought out. Okay. I believe it was I don't know if it was Sergei Lavrov, but one of the officials in the government of Russia had blew the whistle, letting it be known that the American government is trying to default on their debts, all right, by use of digital currency. Okay, they're trying to use the digital currencies that they're bringing forth in order to basically wipe out all of its debts. Okay, so that's pretty much what I want on that. Let's see this.
Hope you guys are.
Okay, there's real consequences to what the government is doing to this economy. Okay, and it's only going to trickle into the lives of the ordinary citizens, and they're going to try and you know get get whatever they need, you know what I'm saying, by any means necessary, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, check this out. Like I said, these food pantries, yeah, I brought this out during camp as well. These pantries are about to be super stocked, okay, and not stocked with food, but stocked with people. You see, there's going to be a lot of people stacking, trying to get food from these food banks, and it's not going to be anything.
Coco Filipina, and I just wanted to show you guys, it's a sign of the times. Just cut EBT benefits into Daddy Food Line, and this is what it looks like. Hold on. The worst part about it is they don't have enough food for everyone here. And I'm literally watching people in line breaking down in tears. This is America, I guess.
Yeah, and it's about to get bad. Okay, it's about to get bad. People are going to lose their sanity very soon. All right. When the people lose everything and they have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And it's about to come to that point. Okay. Let's get this here. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Okay. There's not going to be any more security. There's not going to be, okay, any more all right, safety nets to lean on. You see what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is that we all go, at the end of the day, we're all going to lose our jobs. You know what I'm saying? Even those of us who have trades. You see? Even those of us who have trades, eventually we're going to be losing our jobs, man. Okay? Either be through automation or through some other means, because the one thing that you have to understand about this economy is that it's an intricate system that where every point relies on another point. All right. So with these tariffs affect different businesses, where even if you have a trade, there's nothing that you can do if there's no material. All right, if there's no material that's coming from outsourced countries or what have you. You know what I'm saying? For example, a place where I worked at before. All right, I literally just found out that they're closing their doors very soon, and everyone in that whole plant is going to be losing their jobs. And one cat that's been there for I think it was 10 years. Okay, he's asking if there's any jobs around. You know what I'm saying? Because he lost his job. You see? And the reason for that is due to the tariffs. So this whole system is connected one to another. All right? It's all connected. Let me see. Check this out.
Right, TikTok, here we go, story time. See, where I live in a very blue state. Clearly, I wear a lot of blue because of that. But at the end of the day, here's the deal. I know a guy at the gym that I go to, and he's kind of a Trumper. He's got all of his stickers and all of his bullshit all over his truck. And I noticed today when I was there, he didn't have his shit all over his truck. So I proceeded to walk in, and I bumped into him a little bit later, and I was like, "Hey, bud," I said, "Why don't you have your Trump stickers on there?" And this dude started fucking laying into me like nobody's business about how Trump's a piece of shit. And I was like, whoa, motherfucker. Ain't you a Trumper? He said, fuck that. That son of a bitch hadn't done a damn thing since he's been in office. And I said, I'm pretty sure I told you this shit, right? And I'm starting to know that more and more of you dumb fucks are realizing how bad he screwed you over, especially when your damn Social Security shit gets taken away and you're banking on that for your retirement. But yeah, sure enough, buddy had stickers all over his fucking truck, ripping them off one by one. And slowly for surely, exactly what's going to happen to America. And it's going to be fun.
All right. Now remember, I remember a couple months back, actually, I was holding camp, and there was an old gentleman that came up to me, all right, perceived to be an Edomite, and he was talking about, and he was a very generous guy, you know what I'm saying? He bought me it was hot out there, so, you know, he just showed up and bought me a Gatorade. So I was like, all right, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? The guy had mentioned that he mentioned that how he was how much disapproval that he had with Trump. You see what I'm saying? He was very very upset. I'll put it that way. He was very upset with what Trump was doing in taking away his Medicare, his Medicaid, okay, whichever one it was. And he was telling me how he literally needs that in order to pay for anything, because he's a disabled old man. He can't go to work like that. You know what I'm saying? He can't use his body the way that he once could. You know what I'm saying? So he needed that subsidy, I guess, in order to pretty much survive. You see? So it's gonna get bad out here, man. It's gonna get bad. You see what I'm saying? This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts." Okay? And as these people start to see, more and more that they've been screwed over, all right, the same way I said months ago, the same way the prophets have said, when they figure this thing out, it's going to be chaotic. All right? It's going to be chaotic. And that's when you're going to see 2 Ezra chapter 15, all right, verse 16 play out. You see what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's going to get bad. Buckle up. Okay, buckle up for it. So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.